When will it be time to have the conversation, to have AI, data analysis, digital marketing, all those skills for the digital economy? When will it be time to say these are the priorities, the main focus in our universities and educational system? When is the time?
I think this is the time. I mean, last week I was in one of the universities. I was invited to speak on dimensions of AI in the academia, and there are 7 dimensions of AI. At the end of that discourse, we realized that a lot of things have to shift. The way people handle education in universities have to shift. For example, today we are actually suffocated with knowledge and abundance of information. Unlike in those days when you have to wait for your lecturer, everybody has to wait for the lecturer's note. Now I can get that same information from ChatGPT, from Gemini, from Meta AI. So now the output is not the end result. What people should be testing now is the process. What is the process? How do they get about this result? Because you can go to ChatGPT, copy this and come and give me as a thesis or give me as an exam. But so now so the way they actually, what they call evaluate students have to change. So through continuous assessment, oral exams, and then looking at the process that got the output. All right. So when we had that conversation on different dimensions in AI, the school now decided to introduce a 101 course for all students, starting from probably next semester. So it's going to be a foundational course, artificial intelligence as a foundational course, where every single undergraduate in that school must go through that course. So now schools are waking up, all right? For example, Nile University here in Abuja, they have what they call Study Better app, an AI app that actually improves students' score by 15% when they adopted it. Look at University of Unilag, it's also actually partnering with OpenAI to create what they call AI hubs and AI academies. So even if you go to South Africa, University of KwaZulu-Natal, they're actually doing a lot in AI in terms of language translations. So across Africa, many of these universities are waking up to the reality that their students need to be imbued with foundational AI knowledge so they can be competitive in today's world.
Let's go to Mr. Mori. Mr. Mori, you want to say something about that? Quickly.
Yes, if we are saying start from university, I think it's rather late. First of all, yeah, it is late. We have to imbibe AI into secondary school curriculum. The university level is almost late. Okay, let me not say it's late. Almost late. So you're
almost late.
Yeah, you're teaching agriculture. How is AI? How can AI be applied in agriculture? How can it be applied in biology, in chemistry, in physics, in mathematics? Those are all the things that we should be looking at the secondary school level. Now, if you look at some other countries like China, you will see children already doing tech stuff. They're already building things. We are talking less than 10. And less than 10 is still in primary school here, basically. So the secondary school level, we should already be applying AI into all of, if not all, maybe most of the subjects. But the issue also here is that is the system ready to open up, for that kind of application? I'll give an instance. When I was in university, my colleagues and I approached the HOD of our department and asked to change the curriculum to bring in a course that was Africa oriented, because most of our subjects or our courses were foreign, they were alien. And he said, before
Western.
This curriculum was done before you were born, why should we change it now? So it just shows that the system may not be ready yet. So yeah, we're telling them to apply, but we need to make them understand the importance of the application, and it has to start from the secondary school level, not at the uni level. It's almost late, really.
So staying with you then, in what you've said, how do you think that the African media should report AI without becoming cheerleaders for hype and and perhaps maybe amplifying fear? How do we report it better?
Yeah, so first of all, we need to leave the two extremes that AI would make everything better, or AI is running, we are far behind. We need to leave those two extremes. A journalist is not a fear monger. He or she is supposed to be somebody who makes people understand, make people think critically, supposed to set the agenda. You cannot do that when you are being extreme, or AI is going to displace jobs, or it's going to do this, it's going to do that. No, that's not what you should be doing. You should help people understand, as a media person, you should help people understand what AI is about and why its application is indispensable. Because the world has moved, we say we are a global village, right? The world has moved, into AI, and we have seen the capabilities of AI. It's hence, I mean, it's now displacing junior developers. So if you're a junior developer now, you possibly you're going to lose your job in the next 6 months if you have not already. So AI application, as a media person, you need to make people understand the indispensability of the application across all sectors of the economy.
Okay, so before I leave you, one of those things that hampers progress is probably, a ban or probably the authorities trying to regulate. Look at Sudan, for instance. I want you to bring in Sudan and tie it to what we cannot do with policy, what we should do with how does it stifle growth. Basically Sudan and the social media ban and all that. I want you to tie it in a way that it marries to what we cannot do if we really want to see progress.
Well, it's just, to be plain, it's just an irresponsible government that would stifle progress or development because they want to avoid accountability. So social media AI is moving in such a way that governments are doing catch-up. They are behind. So when that happens, what they do then is try and block its progress, and that's what's happening in Sudan. Social media is helping people understand policies, helping people understand the people, helping people understand the government. And the government is seeing all of this, and okay, these people are becoming more enlightened. Let's stop them before before they stop it, and that's what is happening in Sudan now. What people can do is to, there's been a ban, but I mean, you to understand what really is happening. It may not, interestingly, it may not be that the government wants to stifle progress. It may just be that there's a lot of misinformation or fake news that is being spread. But I mean, we now have systems where you can fact check. You can use AI. I mean, if you use a ChatGPT or a cloud, you can use AI to fact check anything that is being spread. So
Mr. Mori, I would have to come back here to the studio. There's so much we can discuss when it comes to politics and the ban. I'll give you the final word, Mr. Darlington. Basically, if you are advising policymakers, what is one major decision that has to be made right now to ensure that drive and inclusive growth when it comes to AI? In just 1 minute.
AI education should be made a policy, all right, and workforce reskilling for the next 3 years. All right, a lot of people in civil service, they are still behind when it comes to AI. A lot of people even working in private institutions. I've trained, thousands of people on my own. I've been just last year and even this year. So people are actually, so that government should make it as a policy that everybody needs to be reskilled. You have to come to at least come to the intermediate level knowledge of AI. Everybody, all right. Then make AI education mandatory, like you said, secondary school levels, university levels. That should be a direct, firm policy from government and from regulators to enshrine AI education into both the workforce, the students, the business people, because if we don't do that, we suffer and we can be left behind in this AI revolution.